DA Mitch Morrissey Monday describing the sometimes deadly danger of Colorado's budding medical marijuana industry.
12 people have lost their lives.
The crimes, he says, are real.
Ken Gorman, he was open, and he was also abiding by Colorado medicinal marijuana laws. Ken was shot dead, and no one has been charged with the murder.
At first, it looks like any other house on West Alaska Place, until you notice the barbed wire and security cameras. Richard Knack became a licensed medical marijuana provider when work as a trucker dried up a couple years ago. Mike asked us not to show his face or use his last name. He was Knack's friend for more than 25 years. Mike worried about this type of business in the neighborhood.
I do think it's a target for crime.
His fears came true last Saturday just before 2 a.m.
They were in the backyard.
Knack had a handgun and confronted the intruders.
I heard the shots.
When it was all over, Knack was dead.
In the case of a man from Aurora who was shot and killed in his home over the weekend, 9 Wants to Know has learned he was growing medical marijuana at that residence.
Police spent much of the day here gathering evidence, and tonight the crime tape is still up and the lights at this condo are still on. Police say Saturday night someone walked through that front door and found the resident of this condo dead. Someone shot and killed Carlos Lamont Muse. Aurora police say an acquaintance found Muse dead just after 11 Saturday night. Dispensaries are illegal in Aurora, but the state constitution says you can't get a license to grow marijuana for yourself and others as long as you're not selling that pot for a profit. Just standing out here tonight, we can actually smell the marijuana.
News is uncovering new information about what went on inside an Aurora condominium that left 4 people shot, 2 of them dead.
We have the people that are shot on the phone, said that she shot 2 people that were breaking in the home and that her and her husband are both shot.
Radio communications hint at what happened inside this apartment.
412, San West driveway, looks like we have 2 down. One was a gunshot wound to the head.
Police say the quadruple shooting was related to medical marijuana. A young couple and their small child live in the apartment. The male has a medical marijuana license.
The 2 men killed at this Aurora apartment in 2011 were trying to rob a licensed medical marijuana dealer working out of her home.
That medical marijuana distributor had more firepower than they had, and she killed them.
Morrissey says forensic evidence linked those 2 men to a double homicide at a Denver dispensary just a week earlier.
A woman being held for investigation of second-degree homicide is being released from jail at this hour. The Weld County District Attorney has decided he is not going to file charges, at least not right now.
According to the arrest affidavit, cousins Stephen Erickson and Kyle Dust learned that Cordova was growing medical marijuana and decided to rob the place. They apparently did so Friday when she was gone, then came back a second time when she was home. That's when Cordova allegedly stabbed one and shot the other.
When police say 3 armed guests attacked their host and other people in the home. 2 got away. 1 was shot to death with a gun that one of the victims wrestled away from him. Denver police say the 3 were visiting a home on William Street near DU last night when they pulled weapons on their host and tried to rob the people there.
Daniel DeLeon was the one shot and killed last night, as the investigators say that he tried to rob the house he was visiting. 9 News has learned he has extensive criminal record. Denver police tell us Montoya DeLeon and an identified woman were at this home late last night. Officers responded here at 11:30 on a report of a shooting. It turns out during the robbery, one of the men who lives here was able to get the gun of one of the suspects. He shot DeLeon, killing him. 2 others ran from the scene. Here's what one neighbor heard happen inside the home.
People had gone in and were putting pillows on the windows and hog-tied them and were getting ready to do some bad things, I suppose.
We spoke with one of the men from the home. He identified himself to us as the man who actually shot DeLeon. He told us that he was already asleep when the suspects kicked in his door, dragged him and his pregnant girlfriend out of the room, took them to the basement, tied their hands with zip ties, and held them there. Now, he said that he was able to get out of the zip ties for just a quick 20 seconds while one of the suspects who was guarding him left the room. He got his gun and he shot DeLeon.
The cash in this industry puts these people at risk of becoming victims.
Medical marijuana is an all-cash business.
If you took the large quantities of cash out of this, I think it would be a safer industry.